Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 2 of the June 2025 shop update. So as I mentioned in part 1, or for those of you who didn't see part 1, please go and check it out. This is the first time I've uploaded videos in over 2 months, since the Tumbi build project. I did a March shop update video, but I didn't do one in April and I didn't do one in May. Truth is, I just, wanted a rest from it all. Took a break from all the YouTubing. But I haven't been lazy. I've been busy. So in part 1 we were looking at tools, gadgets and gizmos that I bought over the last few weeks, and here in part 2 we're going to be looking at some of the recent projects I've done, and I'm going to be looking at an upcoming project as well. So let me just put some light on. So haven't got it with me now, but in part 1 I was showing you some of the bits and pieces I bought, and I'll come back to that shortly. So some of my regular viewers may remember that quite a while back I made a couple of cookie tin ukuleles. This was one of them, and this was the other. As you can see, they're no longer cookie tin ukuleles, they're cookie tins. The truth is, they looked alright, gimmicky, kind of fun, but they didn't sound great. They just had no sound quality to them at all. I wasn't really happy with them, although, some people had shown some interest in them. They hadn't sold, and I don't think they were going to, and even if they did, I think the buyers might have been disappointed with the sound of them, because they just didn't sound that good. They're novelties, they're not meant to be, sort of concert style instruments. They're just a little bit of fun, but it didn't really work. So I took the necks off of these two, soprano necks, and they were from some ukulele kits that I bought quite a long time ago. And I still had the bodies from these kits, and obviously all the other bits and pieces, the strings, nuts, saddle, bridge, tuners, all the rest of it. So I thought I might as well just make regular ukuleles. So as I said, I removed the necks from these cookie tins, and using the soprano bodies that I had as well, I made 2 ukuleles. So, okay, I didn't actually make them because they're out of kits, but here's one of them. So, regular soprano ukulele, nothing special. I've got my logo laser engraved on the top. That was already done when they were the cookie tins. These are slightly different style tuners to what you would normally see on a ukulele. And these ones have the bushings on the front as well. I think these are press-in ones. Yes, they are. And I bought some auto spray paint, brown, and that's what I've done this in. So I've done the whole thing the same colour, the neck and headstock and the body, and lacquered it. The paint itself is probably 4 or 5 coats, and then about 7 or 8 coats of lacquer. I wanted it to be a nice strong finish, and then it's come out really nice. It's come out looking like a soprano ukulele. Now with this one actually, when I put the neck on, I'd angled it back for the right sort of string height, and I put a wedge underneath the fretboard at the end there. I'm not sure how well you can see that. Not very well, I guess. Probably that angle is probably the best. You can see there's a wedge underneath that fretboard, but it ended up I actually did it a bit too much, so I had to raise the bridge as well. So it's a standard ukulele bridge, but with a piece of wood attached to the bottom and then attached to the body. And it's quite a high bridge, but the action isn't high. The action is perfect. But because of the height of this bridge, I was concerned that it might, lift off. So although it's difficult to see, I have put screws through the bridge into the body, and then filled them in with filler and painted them over. Just for a bit of extra strength. It's been strung up now for about a week or so. I think it's probably out of tune now. Yeah, very out of tune. But it's holding up perfectly well, so that will be absolutely fine. So that was one that I made, and here is the other one. So if we can compare these two, this is the first one. You can't really see, I don't think, in that light, but this one is a lighter brown. I bought two different colours, so does that show up? Sort of, kind of. So this one is a bit darker, this one's a bit lighter. I'm going to say this one's coffee and this one's toffee. I didn't raise didn't do the angle so much on the neck on this one, so it's ended up kind of regular, if you like. But this has got a different style bridge on it. This has got a bridge pin style bridge. I didn't really want to use this because I wanted to save this for a better project, a more fancy one. But the bridge that I had for this, what happened to it? I can't remember now. I think it's split, so I ended up having to use this bridge. But it's fine. And I did actually also have to raise this bridge up a bit by putting a plate underneath it. But it's more or less regular size, and it's also got quite a high saddle on it. I'm not quite sure how well you can see that. It's got quite a high saddle as well. So it did need raising up a little bit. And this one again has been strung up for a few days. It's going to be out of tune. Oh, that's badly out of tune. Actually, one thing I did notice as well, this one is the one with the bridge raised up and the neck angle further back than normal. So, okay, they're out of tune. This is the standard height one, I would say. So if you listen to the sound of this one, put it next to the mic, and then compare that with this one, it's hard to tell, but it's got kind of a slightly deeper tone. Let me just see if I can do them side by side. So this one is regular, this one is the higher one. So it's got kind of a more slightly deeper tone, and that's because the strings are higher off of the body than the other one. So it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like there's more sound going into the sound hole. It's not really that, but it's because the strings are higher off the body than the other one, it's affecting the sound and the resonance, and it actually sounds a bit better than the other one in my opinion. But anyway, so that's those two, basically just standard soprano ukuleles, both painted brown but a different shade to one another. This one's a bit darker, this one's a bit lighter. But they've come out really nice. I haven't done the adverts for them yet. They're on display in the shop, but I'll need to do. Oh, excuse me. I'll need to do some ads for those, and I also need to crack on with time because of time a little bit. So that was those two. Now there's also this one which I've made a very, very long time ago, and this I think is concert. Just compare it to this soprano. This one is concert scale. I like this one. It's pentagon shape. The only problem with this is the sound hole. When I made this, it's a bit too low. It should be closer to the bridge, and it's also a bit too big. So it's kind of a tinny sound, but it's fine. I mean, it's a handmade instrument. It's all in black. This one used to have stupid spangly silvery stars all over it. I don't know why I put those on. but they'd been on there for a long time. So I took them off, and you know, it left a sort of few witness marks where they were. So I took the strings off this, I rubbed it all down with just lightly sanded it down, give it another, I think one or two layers of paint, and then re-lacquered it, and it looks much better just in plain black. I mean, with those bloody stars on it, what was I thinking? It looked horrendous. So now it looks a lot better. So that was just, you know, take the stars off, give it a quick sand, light paint, and re-lacquer. Then there is this one. Let's come back a bit. So this is a cigar box guitar that I made, but this used to be a ukulele body, but I converted it into a cigar box guitar. So I completely handmade neck. This one, I just made it out of literally a piece of 4x2, and I cut it down to size and shape. So that neck is completely handmade, and the fretboard is a standard guitar fretboard that I've just cut down both sides, and so it's a customized fretboard, and it's a pretty thick one as well. So handmade neck, handmade box, completely customized fretboard, and that's out of tune as well. Everything's out of tune. But this has got a nice sound to it. Now this one, as I said, used to be a ukulele, so there were witness marks of where the bridge used to be, somewhere down here, and there was also a witness mark here of where the fretboard used to be, and it looked pretty horrific. So what I did with this one, I loosened all the strings, took the bridge off, and the body, I completely rubbed it down, sanded it down until those witness marks disappeared, and then again repainted it and re-lacquered it. So that looks a lot better now. And again, I've got to do the photographs for this and get it up. I've already got the advert up online for this, but I need to redo the photographs. And the same with this one, I've got to redo the photographs. Okay, so that's those. Now, I did make 2 more ukuleles. So, first of all, there's this one. So, a standard neck, but a handmade body. Now, this one used to be just a rectangle, but I wasn't happy with that. So, I basically cut the bottom off, and then this part is the bottom of a ukulele body. So, I cut the bottom of this off, cut the bottom of a ukulele off, and attached it to this, and then that veneer I showed you in part 1 is what I've covered this with. So the whole thing is covered in veneer, and it looks amazing. And this is not binding, although it looks like binding. It's actually, it's car pinstriping. So I bought like a dozen rolls of that pinstriping, and that's what I've done this with. So what I did is I covered the whole thing with the veneer, and then I attached this pinstriping around both edges, all the way around, and then lacquered over the whole thing, so the body and the neck. So this one is lacquered. I prefer a satin finish myself, but I know some people like a lacquer finish, so this whole thing has been lacquered all over, and that got about 10 coats. And then I'll put it back together as you see it now. So, sounds like a ukulele. It's nothing special, but you know, it's a gimmick. It's slightly different. It's is that soprano scale? It must be. Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Oh no, it's not. Actually, that's a concert scale. I thought it was soprano. No, that's concert. But it's still, you know, it's, if you compare that to a soprano body, it's actually, if anything, slightly smaller than a soprano. You see the distance of the bridge from the end of the body. So yeah, this is a concert scale, but with a shorter body, and that's why it sounds more like a soprano, to be honest. But it, you know, this travel uke really. It's because it's nice and small and compact. It's a concert scale, but with a smaller body. And I really like that. It's come out really nice. Okay, so that's the two standard ukuleles, the black pentagon-shaped ukulele and the cigar box guitar. One more ukulele that I made. Now this one is a bit different. So let me just show you the whole thing first of all. And actually I'll compare that with a standard soprano ukulele. So, what are we noticing different about this? Let me just drop that one down. So, this is, well, you can see the body here is extended. Okay, so what this is a soprano body. Now I had two left over. So what I did was, it's kind of hard to explain. So let's just look at this one from the back. So I cut one of them kind of across here, cut that piece off, and then I cut another one higher up there, kind of thing, you know. So I cut sort of this much off of the bottom of one, and this much off the bottom of another one. So we had sort of this part from one and this part from another. So the small part is what I attached to that. And then, so I had two bodies left over, one with a hole here and one with a hole here, you know, the bottom part missing. So the bigger piece that I cut off, I attached to this one. So, you know, so this I sort of, I cut the bottom of this, just a small piece, which went on the other one, and then I cut another one, I cut a bigger piece off the bottom of another one and put on the bottom of this. So this is extended. So, but what we ended up with was here and here, you kind of had a V going in, you know, where the curve of one met the curve of the other coming down. I wasn't happy with that. So I built up a bridge over there using wood and filled it in with the supports and everything, and you know, so made it nice and straight, and again covered it with veneer, covered the whole thing with veneer, and it looks amazing. And I've done the same thing on this with the pinstriping. So exactly the same as the other one. I covered the whole body with veneer and added pinstriping top and bottom all the way around the edge, and then lacquered the whole thing. Yeah. So this, and I painted this neck with the same paint that I used for the other two ukuleles, or one of them, and then lacquered the whole thing. And also you can probably see that the neck is extended as well. If you look carefully, you can just about see the join there. So this was a standard soprano neck, but it's been extended. It was a standard soprano body, which has been extended, and I fitted a tenor scale fretboard on it. So I'm going to call it a stretch soprano because it's a soprano neck extended, a soprano body extended, and then a tenor fretboard fitted onto it. So it is a tenor. Much deeper sound. Again, not in June, nothing's in June. That sounds really, really good when it's in June. So yeah, so it's an extended soprano neck, extended soprano body, and a tenor fretboard. So it is, to all intents and purposes, it's a tenor. And if you compare that to the soprano, the size, let me just line them up. Yeah, you can see there's quite a bit of difference between what is basically a soprano and basically a tenor. I really like this. I'm kind of tempted to keep this for myself, but I've currently got 18 instruments. And I'm going to be making 2 more. What? Yes, I'm making 2 more instruments for myself. So that's the upcoming project. I am going to make 2 guitars for myself. I'm making an electric guitar and an electric bass. Yes, I know I can't play guitar. Hopefully this will prompt me to learn. I can't play bass either, but hopefully this will prompt me to get back into learning to, you know, some of the instruments I still can't play. So I'm not doing this all from scratch. I've bought 2 of these electric guitar blanks. So basically it's a full neck, all properly shaped and ready to go, with a full fretted fretboard, 22 frets, and basically a paddle on the top. You could use this to, you know, maneuver a canoe. And you know, so I need to cut the shape out. Now you'll see with this one, I've extended it. I've put another piece on the top. It looks ugly at the moment, but that will sort itself out. Because this one is going to be for the bass guitar, so this needed to be a bit longer. Whenever I've bought these in the past, they have been long enough. For some reason, these ones that I bought, these 2, were a bit shorter. So I've had to extend this one to make the bass guitar headstock. It wasn't quite long enough, it was sort of overhanging. And as I said, it looks ugly at the moment, but that will all be sorted out. So that's that one. And this is the one for the electric guitar. Exactly the same neck, and it started exactly the same with that paddle on the top. But I've already, as you can see, cut out the headstock for this and drilled the tuner holes. So you don't have to be an expert, but just know this much about guitars to know that that is basically a Stratocaster shaped headstock. Obviously I can't call it a Stratocaster because it's not, but it's that shape. You know, let me just show you how I got this shape. Just bear with me for a second. So this is another neck, exactly the same, but this is a right-handed neck. So what I did was I took the blank like this and I put this neck on the back of it and lined them up and then drew around the headstock. So because this is a right-handed, okay, putting them back to back basically reverses the shape to make a left-handed, a left-handed one. So yeah, so this one is the right-handed neck, this one is the left-handed, okay? So I literally just put them back to back, drew around it, cut it out on the bandsaw, and then tied it up on my oscillating spindle sander. So that's as far as I've got with this project at the moment. Literally only just started, and there will be videos obviously on this project. Really looking forward to this one. So that is going to be the next project, and it's coming real soon. So I hope you've enjoyed this very belated shop update. It's been a couple of months, and I hope you're looking forward to the new project as much as I am, and watch the videos, share, like, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and please let friends, colleagues and relatives know about my channel, those who might be interested, and we will see you soon in the next project. In the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.